Hello everyone, welcome back to Tutorial Thursday, and today's Mani tutorial is going to be on this month's MXM box, and we're going to be using MXM 122 plate out of the two to create this cute celestial French Mani. We're also going to be using Maniology's M403. Now you can use M052 as well, though these are not quite as deep as some of them. It's got the same type of images. That can be used as well for the French tip. So on to the polishes. I used BCB Lacquers Phenomenon from 2022's May Polish Pickup. I used Transland B176. I don't know if this is still available from Maniology or not. I got this back when they were still Bundle Monster. But I believe it's still available. As for this, I believe you would have to buy this secondhand. These are, with Polish Pickup, they're limited time ones. But if you have something similar to this is a magnetic polish, you could use something similar. Blue Ribbon B455 by Maniology. Bam White B170 from Maniology, and Heart of Gold B187 from Maniology. I also used Smudge Free Top Coat from Maniology, Seche Vite Quick Dry Top Coat, and Maniology's Peel Off Black Base. Now you can use a regular black base and not a peel off if you want. So we're going to go ahead. We're also going to need a magnet for the base color. And we're going to go ahead and go in and paint one layer. And we're going to go in with the magnet. At a diagonal. Leia, can you please stop rubbing the stand? I apologize, guys. She wants to be fed. She's not starving, but her dish finally emptied, and she's mad that I have not fed her yet. So we're just going to do this to all of our nails over top of the black base. Going with the magnet. Yes, my sweet, I love you too. Just like so. Leia, have you not stabbed that leg enough? I love you too. Look, girl, you're about to get the good stuff tonight. I will give you a little bit of dry kibble here soon to tie you over before you get the wet stuff. Yes, I know. And with our last coat. This polish by itself is really, really pretty. like a galaxy by itself. Okay, so now that we've gone and done that, Leia, sweetie, come on now. Up out of my lap. Sorry guys, she is clinging. She is big time clinging. Leia, baby girl. Alright, let's play the cat tags. We've got, oh, there's a peach. Let's play the cat tags before I boot this one, because this one's driving me crazy. Alright, Leia, off. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to give this a few seconds to dry. And let's start prepping bottles. Okay, cat hairs everywhere, cat hairs everywhere. Now, due to the fact that Transcend the Trends kind of, Transland is kind of sheer, I've had to stamp twice to get proper opaqueness. And it's kind of like a smudgicure is what we're going to do for the French tip before doing the Heart of Gold with the Celestial plate. Now, I'm going to start by apologizing ahead of time for those of you who have either skipped this box or was unsure about starting the subscription and wanted to get these plates. They are sold out. They sold out before they even got to where they could just put it on the site for the past MXM box. So in order to obtain this month's plates, you would need to buy them secondhand from a buy-sell trade group or something like eBay or anything like that. Now, I have not checked eBay to see if somebody's posted it there yet, but there are people already actively hunting for those plates because they were unsure of whether or not they wanted them, and they skipped or they were waiting because they didn't have the funds, and now they're no longer available. What they've printed has already been sold out. So this has not happened in a long time, but it has happened, and it does happen sometimes. So, you know, sometimes it sucks that we don't have, if you don't have the funds right then, or you're unsure. I don't ever skip months because that can happen. I have not skipped a single month since I started up my subscription about 2 years ago. So we're going to go ahead and go in with this one right here for my size. Now your size may be different for your fingers, but this is the size that I need, and I'm just going to dab little dots of Transland and Blue Ribbon. And I'm not going to put a lot of the blues. I want more of the white than I do the blues. And then go scrape once. Pick up, clean up around the edges. So don't want any of those to get on any of the nail. And then I'm going to do my best to center. That's what I was afraid of. I'll get that a little bit better when I go in with the second coat, because So kind of fold it up instead of going over the edge. I'm not real good at French designs. I still need a lot of practice with those. Not gonna lie, the French ones are kind of hard to line up. I'm better at lining it up with my dominant hand than with my non-dominant, which is why my right hand looked kind of funny on the images, but okay, scrape. What I'm going to do is line it up like so. Okay. Okay, so you will have a French tip that looks like this, though hopefully lined up a little better than mine. I'm going to do another layer and go up the other side. That's kind of aggravating me. That it's uneven. It's bad enough the other side's like that. There we go. Don't know why at that other angle I was struggling. That's not nearly as bad. It actually goes up over and around. Still kind of off looking, but not nearly as bad. I know part of it's the shape of my nail. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with this one for the next three. Get the cat hair off my nail. Okay. Dab, 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 dab. And scrape. Pick up. Clean up the edges. Stamp down. I'm going to go ahead and go in and do that again. There. Okay, so we'll go in with the cleanup brush. Show you the finished spot in just a second. So that's what it looks like. And if you get like a little dot like that, you can just go in ever so gently like that. And that'll fix the spot. Just go ever so gently in with the brush with whatever color's closest and just fill it in. Okay, we're going to clean the plate and then we're going to go on to the next finger. Excuse me. Dab, dab, dab. In random locations. Sticking, keeping the blues and the blue, green, and the blue together. And then filling it around it with white. It's great. Now, I don't have the journal anymore. That was the inspiration for this mani. I went hunting for it, but I could not find it. But I had a journal that had a lot of like the same images as what's on this plate, like the suns and the moon and all of those things, and like clouds, and it was in these colors. So that was the inspiration behind this. Ooh, I may need to go up one size for this nail. It was big enough for the other one, but not big enough for this one apparently. So we're gonna go in. That happens, guys. And of course, because that first one was not big enough, I'm going to have to go in with that again. There we go. Okay. And so we have this one. And then we're going to go in with the ring finger. Go in and across. All right. I apologize. I know I'm still sniffly and all that. I still have a sinus infection, though it is getting better. It's not nearly as bad as it was. At least my teeth are no longer hurting in my jaw and cheekbone, but I still have the upper forehead pressure and all of that. It is getting better, but it's a very slow process. In which I am improving. Okay, so that's what we have so far. And then we're going to go in with the pinky. Dab, 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 dab. Okay, there we go, scrape. Ooh, took too much. Oops. And I gave too much of that one. It's a big old blob. It's okay. Let's See how it comes out. That's the fun about stuff like that. You never know what you're going to get. That one didn't turn out too bad. Just would be nice if I didn't use quite so much polish. I should have brushed more off of the brush before I went to put it on there. Okay, so I'll try to center this. I'm going to go in one last time. Wipe off my brush because I don't want to mix my colors. Just line it up like so. Clean up brush. Clean up the edges. And the underside. Okay, so we are done with these colors, and I will show you the finished result of this part. And then we will go in with the gold and the MXM plate from this month. This cleaned up, guys. Oh, this plate is being stubborn. I have dunked myself in the polish. Okay. And we are done with this one. I'm going to go ahead so I don't dunk myself in the blue polish again. Go like this. There. Let's protect our skin, right? Okay, so I used this one on the thumb. Used this one right here. This is where we're using Heart of Gold. So do my best to center, go across. like so. Okay, since we're already in that area, I used the one directly above, but in the smallest image for the pinky. Used this one right here. Okay, and we used this for the ring finger. Oops, that did not stamp nicely. Let's try it again. Alright. Okay, that's a lot better. Now we're going to need center the best you can. You may have to rock it a little bit. Okay, and then cat hairs everywhere. I used this one for the middle finger, but I get the feeling that I'm going to need the bigger size this time, because for some reason I needed a bigger size for the French tip. So to be safe, I'm going to go with the bigger size this time. Okay. I'm going to have to restamp a part of that. Did not scrape quite right on that. Let's try that again. There we go, that's better. Come on. There, we've managed to fix that. I just had to take and stamp over this moon again because it did not quite stamp nicely. I'm going to zoom this back out, guys, so we're not having difficulty seeing. Okay. And so the last but not least is this image up here. And on the index. Oops, sorry guys. Fix that in just a second. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and center. Didn't want to transfer the line, so I had to go back in with the gold line. So this is the last of the stamps. So what we're going to go in is we're going to do the smudge-free top coat. Maybe this if I could breathe. I apologize, guys. I know I don't sound very good right now. Fantastic. Fantastic if I could breathe again, but we're not at that point. Okay, so there's our smudge free. Let that dry for a moment. I'm going to clean this plate, and I'm going to go ahead and get into an announcement. One of these small companies that I've mentioned a few times in the past that is a good brand, and they have some neat, unique plates, recently had some issues with the supplier and had to change the name of their company due to what is basically going to be considered, as far as I'm concerned, a hostile takeover, is what was being described. And so they had to rename their company, and they were originally called Manitude. And if you've wanted to order from them or have ordered from them in the past and you're wondering what the heck is going on, what happened, they basically had to rebrand. They are now called Manuscript, and it's spelled just the way it sounds. So if you're wanting to purchase from them, you're just going to have to look up Manuscript instead of Manitude. And you can find them on Facebook as well. They are still there. And their group is called Manuscript. and their supply of the amount of plates that they provide is smaller than what it was before currently, because they got to work at rebuilding. However, they still have all the designs they're working on bringing them back, and there's votes on which ones are coming back first, as funding allows. It is a very small company. It's even smaller than Maniology, because it is literally just a couple that created and run this company. So I have no problem help supporting them when I'm able to financially order from them. I ordered a bunch of plates back when they were still Manitude, all in one order. And I love their plates. In fact, I will probably redo my Mario Mani on camera, which is, this is just half of it, of what I did then. I got Princess Peach. This was just a sample test that I did in Mario. I love Paper Mario. I love most Mario games, but Paper Mario is my favorite. At least the first two, Paper Mario and Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. The past that, they kind of went downhill. The Mario and Luigi series was another really good one too. And I loved most of the games in that one. So, if for whatever reason you have trouble finding them, and you're like, what happened? That's what happened. I hate seeing the possibility of somebody going through the same thing I did with Maniology when they rebranded, and I just could not figure out what had happened. And it took years before I found them again. I think I lost track of them for like 2 years. It was a long time. And then refound them, and then found out I missed out on a bunch of stuff that I really liked that I would never be able to get without spending a fortune and buying it secondhand. So, I am trying to make sure that doesn't happen to somebody else if I can help it. Alright, so we're going to go in with our Seche Vite quick dry top coat to seal all of this in. And then it will be complete. Now, my sample tip, I just did 2 coats of the BCB lacquers, and I liked that as well, but I wanted the colors in it to pop more, so I put the black underneath. I wanted those reflective pigments that are affected by the magnet to stand out a little better. And to do that, I needed the black base underneath. Oops, I accidentally got my skin. I have to go in and clean that off. So to show you guys the tip, you can see that the colors in it pop more with the black base than it does with just 2 coats of the BCB. So I'll leave that up to you guys. If you want it more muted, you could do, and you have this polish, you could just do 2 coats of the polish instead of the black underneath. But I like the black underneath because it gives it more depth, and makes those pigments really stand out and shine. So, but that's it, guys. That's all I did for this lovely celestial themed French Mani. And not a whole lot of products involved. It's pretty simple for the most part. If you're not well practiced with the French plates, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. I'm not super practiced with it. I need to get more practice with it, but I do like this. I love the BCB lacquers polish here. This is so freaking pretty. Oh my goodness, I love it. I've used it maybe a handful of times. I did this with, okay, let me find it. Let me find it. Okay, so this is another mani that I really liked. And I did not put a black base under it, might I add. I did not put a black base under it. I did it for Halloween. Not this last Halloween, but the Halloween before. And there it is. It was my Ghost Kitty Mani, and I really loved that one. And that was the base I used in this mani. Let's see if you guys can see it. That was the base I used in it, and that was another one I really liked it with. So, I don't think I have any other announcements other than what happened with Manitude. I am so saddened that somebody felt the need to do a hostile takeover on their company that they had worked hard on. They actually had, I think she said, over 80 different plate designs on there, and I can believe that. I can definitely believe that. And the supplier decided to try to take over the company, and that's heartbreaking for them, because that is so difficult to deal with, and it could have ruined the entire company, and that's not right. That's so not right, and my heart goes out to them. My heart seriously goes out to them, because that's awful. I'm not a business owner, so I don't know all the ins and outs, but I know enough about business to know that that really was not okay and was really harmful. That is an awful thing to do to somebody. It is such an awful thing to do to somebody. So I'm hoping them nothing but the best. And hopefully that they can recover nicely from this, because there's still more plates I would love to get from them. They have some awesome designs, and they are the same ones that has a labyrinth plate that I want to get to do manis for mine and my husband's best friend, the godfather of our children. He loves labyrinth, and I've been wanting to get that plate to do for a mani on him for that. And if they go out of business, then it would be really hard for me to even do that. So I'm really hoping that they can continue on, and that there's still enough of a customer base that are loyal, such as myself, to continue keeping it going, keeping it growing. And I am deeply saddened that this is a thing that happens, that people do this kind of awful stuff to other people. So I wish them luck, and I hope that any of you that want to try their products, that you guys don't have any difficulty finding them. This is a relatively new thing that has happened. It hasn't been out that long, so I know that they're still kind of in the setup process on redoing everything. And I don't know how long it'll take for that to be completely set up, and my heart goes out to them. Seriously, it does. It goes out to them. That I was so upset when I heard about that. It made me so mad that somebody was so greedy that they felt the need to do that to another person. That just it infuriated me. It really did. I don't like people treating other people horribly like that for no reason. It just really, I'm not a huge fan of people being horrible to other people in the first place. But that's even worse. So I do believe that's all my announcements. I don't have anything else to announce, I don't think. I will probably be starting up the St. Patrick's Day manis here, not next week, but the following week. I will probably do that. I'm not 100% sure yet. I think I'm only going to do 1 or 2 St. Patrick's Day manis. That's not as big of a holiday, and I kind of have to make room for Easter. And Easter, I feel like, is the bigger holiday, so I'll probably do 3 of those. Easter, I'm not as big on Easter, but I'll probably do 2 to 3 of those as well. I believe I did 4 Valentine's Days. So, yeah, I did 4 for Valentine's Day, which was pretty impressive considering. I'm trying to think of how many I did for Halloween. I know I started early for Halloween. Halloween's more my speed. I didn't do much for Christmas at all. I did more winter stuff than I did at Christmas. Once again, Christmas themes generally not my speed. But I do actually do them. I'm just not as big on them. So, and that will conclude holiday manis for a little while. I think the next holiday I will tackle will probably be Independence Day. After that. So we will have a lot of other different non-holiday manis to go with up until then. So I do believe that's all. And I'll start with my thank yous to those who have subscribed to the channel and been helping with the algorithm by liking and commenting. And for those who have been using my code for Maniology orders, thank you. That has helped a lot. The kickbacks from that allowed me to do the clear jelly stamper video, and hopefully we can get to a point to where I can do Moira, which was suggested for gel stamping polishes. And I've wanted to try their shrinker stamper because it seems like that would be a lot better form of shrinking stamper than what I have experienced in the past. Certainly more consistent. Sorry, I cannot breathe through my nose very well, and I'm trying to. So that is a big help there too. It also helps, keep the consumable items from disappearing so much. I'm able to replenish them a little easier, like my acetone and things like that. So that is a huge help to the channel. So thank you all who have used my code, and for those who want to help the channel and like my content, go ahead and feel free to give a like or comment, subscribe. If you're already making an order for Maniology, go ahead and use my code and get 10% off of your order for everything that is not the MXM plates or the box itself. It doesn't cover those, sadly. But it covers everything else. All their regular plates and polishes and their stuff like their plate holders and things like that. It covers everything except for their MXM exclusives. That's it. Everything else it will cover 10% discount on. So feel free to use that. I get a small kickback, you get a discount. It's a win-win. So that is all I have. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you all are having a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, whatever it may be, wherever you're at while you're watching this video. And until next time, guys, bye.